This is Bruce Boudreau, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am your host, Clay, Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Monday, September the 10th. No, it's not. It's Sunday, September the 10th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Moderators, do what you need to do. Keep this place a fun and safe space. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members. I just recorded my members Ask Me Anything vlog. Thanks to all of your great questions. So I will release that for tomorrow morning. And all of you, legends, Hall of Fame franchise members, thanks to all of you for your support. And of course, everyone else, no matter where you're watching from. Whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Richmond, in Steveston, in the Lower Mainland, in the city, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three. But the fact that you are here, I always appreciate you, and I never, ever take you for granted. So, well, I'm seeing some new names in here, by the way. I see Kaya, but that's a new Kaya. So, hello, Kaya, welcome. And Anon or Anon, welcome. And welcome to everyone else. It's awesome. I'm so happy to see all of you here. So, this is what you can do as we get going. You can subscribe so you can get active in the chat section and get my videos every single day or when I post them. It will be daily as we get closer to the season, I promise. You can like this video. There are, right on cue, 30 of you in here, only 8 likes. So let's bump that up to at least 15 or so. You guys know how much I love that 15% rule. You can leave a donation and get that donation train out of the station. You can gift memberships, and that serves as a $5 donation, and someone gets free franchise membership for a month, which is pretty awesome. Or you can become a member yourself or upgrade your own membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And man, before I get going, before I get to talk about what I'm going to talk about today, some really nice things. You guys must miss me or something. Or Clifford saying, "Hey Clay, good to see you." Well, good to see you too, Clifford. I can't see you, but I'm picturing how good looking you are. Indigo says, "These shows the night before work week starts is great." Indigo, I'm here for you. I got you. Sunday nights, that's my night. This is Clay's night, man. And Karan Clay, I've watched a ton of your streams, but there's something about your looks today which is blowing me away. You're looking real sharp. What makeup did you put on? Well, some would argue that I should put on makeup. I don't wear any makeup. This is my natural glow. I have a bit of a shiny face, but I am also in a very good mood today. And maybe it's the blue lighting. I'm not sure if people noticed the blue lighting. Jacob was away for a week, so he took all his good lighting with him, but now he's back in town. So that's actually why I was 2 minutes late, is because Jacob came down and set up the light for me, which is great. And you're welcome. I'm glad. What do people say? Kaya or Kaija? No. I said Kaya. I hope that was right. And believe me, when you look at my last name, I can relate to people mispronouncing your names. Taylor says Clay is amazing, and well, I can't disagree with you, Taylor. You've always been I never doubt your judgment or your intuition. It's really, really nice. But I guess I should stop just reading compliments to me, although it is good for my ego. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna talk very quickly, just 2 or 3 minutes about my weekend, and then we're gonna get into the topic du jour of the day, and it's something we've talked about a lot on the channel. But it seems like it's going to happen, at least if you can believe some of the industry insiders. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Then I'd love to get your feedback on the topic du jour. And then we also hopefully have time for some other questions, some Ask Me Anything. And of course, it's Sunday night, so we're going to play a few games as well. And subscribe to Clay Emo. I like that. That's a good name. Says my birthday is in 1.5 hours. Well, as much as I would love to say that we're going to be still streaming at midnight, more likely if this was an 11 p.m. start, because Sunday, though 10:30, I do like to wrap up between 11:30, 11:40. So I'll remind me, and I'll try to give you a birthday shout out before I get off. But if I don't, I'm going to do it right now. Whoever subscribed to Clay Emo it's your birthday in one. Who is that actually? Because I'm just, I can't keep track of names, fake names, real names, pseudo names, screen names. So subscribe to Clay Emo. Who are you? Who are you? So I can properly shout you out. But if you don't reveal yourself, then I'm just going to say, happy early birthday. Subscribe to Clay Emo. And do what that person's name says. And subscribe to Canuck Clay. Very, very good. All right, really quickly, I was in Kelowna all weekend. I was speaking at a Catholic family camp. There were about 150 people there. And then I did 5 talks, an opening session, a closing session, and then in the middle, a talk for men, all the husbands and dads, a talk for women, which was very interesting, all the wives and mothers, and then a talk to teens, which is probably my bread and butter. But all the talks went very well. Thank you for asking. It's a beautiful campsite, just 20 minutes north of Kelowna. Did see, especially flying in and out, I saw the smoldering smoke still, which is pretty scary. But I had a wonderful chance to hang out with some really, really wonderful families. Husbands, mothers and fathers that are trying really hard to raise families. The biggest family I saw there was a family that had 9 kids. Pretty impressive, big Christian family. And then a lot of families had 4, 5, 6 kids. So it was great. It was great. I survived taking my scooter and my crutches. So you saw the picture. I had my scooter, then I had my crutches draped over one of the handles. Then I had my backpack with all my clothes. Only 2 nights, and then I had my computer bag slung over me. So 4 things, and both trips pretty easy. Got through security, no problem. And then I was able to ride the scooter right up to the gate, and then they gate checked it. They tagged it and gate checked it like it was a baby stroller. And then I gave my bags to the workers. What do you call them? Stewardesses. And then I hopped up into the plane, hopped to my seat. I bought seats close to the front of the plane. And it was fine. It was fine. No one ran over my foot. Got banged a couple times, but nothing I couldn't handle. And overall, I survived. And what was funny is on the way back, I'm getting ready to board, and I hear someone say, "My knee rover is better than your knee rover." I said, "Who the heck would say that?" So I looked over. I was this big guy, and he had the version that's one version up on mine, so $100 more expensive. So it got bigger tires and everything, more sturdy. And it ended up being a police officer who got run over at a Home Depot by an employee driving like one of their forklifts or something. Brutal. Broke his foot. So he's off his feet for 18 months, and he's a cop. So I don't know what he's going to end up doing. But yeah, he's out of commission for 18 months. Makes my 6 months in comparison look not as bad. So overall, a great week. A great weekend. I was happy that I was able to conquer flying with all of my apparatus. Is it apparati? That doesn't sound right. With all my apparatuses. That doesn't sound right either. With all my stuff. And then I was also to navigate a campsite with gravel, with grass, some paved roads as well, communal washrooms and showers. So I made it work. And that's why I'm in a good mood. I was very blessed to meet a lot of really cool people. And now I'm blessed to be here with you guys tonight. So thank you. I know some of you like it when I share about my personal life. Others are like, what the heck? I thought this was a Canucks channel. But you guys know there's not a lot of news right now. So I like to bring you in. I like to pull back the curtain. I like to bring you into my life a little bit. Some would say maybe I share too much or I overshare. But I want you to get to know me. I think I can't speak for you, but I think most of you like my Canucks takes, or at least, like hearing me talk about the Canucks. But I know a lot of you also are interested in my personal life, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you for letting me share about my weekend. A couple of things I want to show real quick. We got right before Jason Lim is here, sponsor Vancity Experts. Thank you, Jason, for being here. He says hit the like, and I agree. And then we have Fangirl using her membership message 28 months. Fangirl, a loyal member for 28 months, which is pretty crazy. And she says, hopefully your recovery continues to go well, Clay. Thank you. Fangirl, in 2 weeks, on September 26th, I get my cast off. And then hopefully I find out that my Achilles tendon is indeed healing. And then I'm looking at 6 weeks in a walking boot. But thank you for your membership, your loyalty. I appreciate you Appreciate your support from the very start. We also have a membership message from Taylor, which is pretty cool. And what's impressive about Taylor is and I mean this all to love Taylor. I don't think Taylor has ever bought membership for herself. Or maybe she has, but I know that she gets gifted memberships a lot, because when people gift memberships, YouTube uses their algorithm to decide who to gift that membership to. And Taylor is always here, very consistent, always involved in the chat. So Taylor, I bring that up because 10 months surprises me in a great way. That's awesome that you've been a member for 10 months. Says, how excited are you with the hockey season in a month? I'm very, very excited. Very excited. Also for chat, for the chat, hope you're all good and that school and work go good for you. Taylor, awesome. Great way to start. Thank you very much for your membership over the past 10 months. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome for sure. So friends, let's get going now with the topic at hand. And I will stop the poll now, so it helps me. I can use it as a launching point. So we've been talking a lot. Last season, I thought that Elias Pettersson was the leading candidate to be the next captain for the Vancouver Canucks. And then the way that Quinn Hughes was speaking with the media at the end of the year, the way Rick Tocchet was singing his praises during the offseason, you guys know I changed my tune to Quinn Hughes. And I thought JT Miller had an outside shot, but you never know what that guy's going to do or say. And then both Rick Dhaliwal, who I really trust in the local market, Elliotte Friedman, who I don't always trust a lot of the national guys, but I do trust Elliotte Friedman. He doesn't report just for clickbait or for clicks, and he's saying the same thing. So the consensus seems to be that Quinn Hughes is going to be the next captain of the Vancouver Canucks. And I asked you guys, how would you feel about it? 50% of you said you love it. 36% of you say you like it. 11% say you don't like it. And 2%, which is probably one person because there are 44 votes, one person said they hate it. Whoever said they hate it, that's fine. You're welcome to have your opinion. I want to know who you are, though. I'm very curious as to why you would hate Quinn Hughes being the next captain. So let me know. If you want to identify yourself in the chat, that would be amazing, because I would love to talk to you a bit about it. So whoever was the one who said that they would hate the idea of Quinn Hughes being the captain, thank you for being bold. Thank you for being honest. And you don't have to reveal yourself, but I would love it if you did, so then I can grill you and I can ask you why, and maybe you'll convince me. I doubt it. I really like Quinn Hughes. So members, there's about 3 of you who in the Ask Me Anything vlog that I recorded already, asking me about Quinn Hughes as well. So let's talk very quickly. Before we talk about Quinn Hughes, let's talk about why it's not going to be the other 2 guys. Elias Pettersson, people are saying, well, is it because of the contract situation? I don't think so. I'm not going to sit here and say you don't give captaincy to Petey just because he hasn't re-signed yet. In fact, because you can just change the captaincy if you want. And you'd think, if anything, it would be a way to lure him to re-sign. So, So for someone to say, they would have given Petey the captaincy, but then he said that stuff about not resigning yet, so now we shouldn't give it to him. I actually think that's the backward way of looking at it. I think if you had any inklings of making Petey the captain, you do that. And then one of the benefits, the byproducts of that is maybe he'll be more apt to re-sign here. So that tells me that it's not going to be him if you follow that line of thinking. The other line of thinking would be, or the other person would be JT Miller. And I've talked about why I like him so much: passionate, transparent, vulnerable, fiery, all those things. But you do need a cool head too. And I'm not saying he can't rein it in. I think he even knows that his emotions got the best of him. But you can still lead. He can still lead. Not you. Well, you guys can still lead. It's not me. JT Miller can still lead, and he doesn't need to necessarily have the C on his jersey. And I think a lot of his teammates are going to like him anyways. They respect him, and I think generally, as long as he doesn't slam the stick on the back of one of their heads, I do think JT Miller will have the respect of the room. Pat asked a good question. Do we really need a captain? How about another season of 4 A's? And I've talked about that before. You could go. They usually like to go two defensemen and 2 forwards. So you could go PD Miller, Hughes, and Myers, or PD Miller, Hughes, and Susie, or PD Miller, Hughes, and Cole, or PD Miller, Hughes, and Hronik as your 4 A's. And that could be a possibility as well. So I've talked about why maybe not PD, even though I'd be fine with that. Why maybe not JT Miller, even though I'd be mostly fine with that. But let's talk about instead positively about why it could be Quinn Hughes. Well, first and foremost, he's the best defenseman the Canucks have ever had. I know he's only played 4 or 5 seasons here, but we know by the time his career is said and done, especially if he stays here long term, and I'll get to that in a second, that he's going to easily be the best defenseman the Canucks have ever had. So his play on the ice, we know how good it is. His skating, his edge work, his hockey IQ, his passing. Not the biggest guy, but still works really hard. Just such a difference maker when he's on the ice. Off the ice, despite his young age, I really think because he shows a lot of great leadership capabilities and skills. We saw the going home with Quinn Hughes feature that the Canucks put out a couple weeks ago. We see just how well spoken he is. He's articulate. He's honest, and he stood up for Tanner Pearson when Tanner Pearson's hand surgeries were going awry, and he's not afraid to speak his mind. And we know, and I mentioned a few minutes ago, how much Rick Tocchet really sees a lot of potential, leadership potential in Quinn Hughes. And don't forget, it's not just going to be Hughes. If Hughes is the captain, for instance, he's still going to have 3 or 4 assistant captains, alternate captains, whatever the A stands for. He's going to have those guys to lean in on as well. So it's not like he's doing it alone. But I would have no problem having Quinn Hughes in front of the media every night, because I do think he's so well spoken and he's so smart. He can come up with some really good answers and to a lot of the questions that the media will be posing. So here are a couple other things that I want to throw out to you. Here's a big one. What happens if asking Quinn to be the captain or assigning him the captain is a sneaky long-term play to keep him here when his current contract winds up? Now, he still has 4 more years, so we're not worried about his next contract. But at the end of this contract, $7.85 million for 4 more years, he is going to be a UFA because he did a 3-year and then a 6-year. So already he's going to be a UFA, or is it 3-year and 5-year? Regardless, he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. There's a lot of worries that he will bolt and join his brothers in New Jersey, Luke and Jack, of course, in New Jersey, and reunite the Hughes brothers. And I'm not saying just because he's the captain doesn't mean he's not going to go, or he doesn't feel like he can go because he'll be so loyal to the Canucks. No, we know that captains have been traded. Captains have left teams before. Naslund, for instance, Horvat getting traded midseason. So we know that happens. I'm not saying Hughes can get traded. What I'm saying is there's nothing permanent for sure. But what happens if that does help convince him to stay? When this current contract is done, he's 28 years old. He needs 27 years old. He needs a new contract. And maybe he stays because he's the captain. He loves being the captain. He loves the city. He loves the fans. He loves his teammates. And then that is one way to keep him from going to New Jersey. So I think, that's a small, right now, it's so weird to think about that because that's still 4 years away. But imagine if that's the case and there is a bit of, if that happens, if that's a contributing factor, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Imagine if Quinn doesn't go to New Jersey, and no one's saying that he's going to, but maybe he doesn't because of his captaincy, his role here, and how much he loves it. So I throw that out there as well as food for thought. So there are the reasons why I think Quinn could be a great captain. On the ice, best defenseman on the team right now, probably the best defenseman eventually that we're going to have all time. Great speaker, very eloquent, very articulate, stands up for his teammates. I bet you he's the type, even more so than Petey. I bet you he's more comfortable with the media than Petey is. And he's not as confrontational as Petey. It's not that it's bad, but Petey's got a bit of an edge to him, whereas Quinn seems more laid back, kind of like the way he plays. And I also think that the young guys, the rookies and the young guys younger than him will really look up to him. And I think he's already earned the respect of the older guys. So on the ice, he's great. In the locker room, I'm sure he's going to be great. In front of the media, he'll be fine. And then my little wild card reason of maybe this is a way to keep him from bolting to New Jersey to join his brothers. And Ricky, I'm sharing my NFL fantasy team with someone because I wasn't able to make the live draft, so I split it with the guy, and it's close. It didn't help that the Giants sucked so badly tonight, but yes, a lot of interesting things. The Seahawks and a lot of interesting things. Justin Fields blowing up in a bad way. Yeah, I know this isn't an NFL podcast, but that was exciting. And one last thing before I get to your comments. If I'm a little bit loopy, or if I'm a little bit tired, or if I start to slur my words, I only got 4 hours sleep. I went to bed at 4 last night because I watched the entire Canada-US FIBA bronze medal game. And for those of you who know that Canada beat the US in overtime, it shouldn't have even gone to overtime, but the US did a remarkable shot with half a second left in the game. But yes, I stayed up from 1:30 to 4. It should have been 3:45 or so, but then they went to overtime. So I watched the entire game from the campsite in Kelowna, and then I went to bed at 4, and I got up at 7:30. So I got 3.5 hours sleep. Thank God I only had to talk for half an hour today instead of 3 hours, which I did yesterday. Yeah, if I act a little loopy or if I look a little bit tired, even though someone complimented me how good I look today, which I appreciate, it's because I only got 3.5 hours sleep. And yeah, for anyone who watched the game, that was an amazing, amazing game to watch. But this is not an NFL podcast. This is not a basketball podcast. This is Clay's Canucks commentary. So let's continue talking about the Canucks. So let me do my mid-show sponsor read, and then I will pose a question to you. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. That's my primary sponsor, the one tried and true sponsor. I'm also thankful to Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Follow them or check them out at ptform.com. I love doing that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork over there. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the URL, tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive a free pair of socks with your next Vessi purchase. And they're sending me, remember I couldn't remember what their term for fanny pack, and I knew it started with a B, but I couldn't get it. It's called belt bag. So they're sending me a belt bag and their new overcast jacket, a waterproof jacket, which I can't wait to receive in a couple of weeks, but check them out. Also, a mid-show reminder to all of you to subscribe, to like the video. There's 23 likes, but there's 74 of you in here, so we can bump that up. Who's going to be first to get the donation train out of the station? The donation train is still idle in the station. If you want to get that train going, we'd be most grateful. You can also gift memberships if you'd like. You can become a member. You can upgrade your own membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So let's do 10 minutes of Canucks talk, 5 minutes. My voice just cracked like I was 15 years old. 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything. I've been talking all weekend. Maybe that's why. So let's do, 10 minutes of Canucks talk, 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything, and the last 15 to 20 minutes, we will play some games. Sound good? Sound great. Okay, friends, talk to me. Quinn Hughes, as captain, how are you feeling about it? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you dislike it? Tell me why you think Quinn's going to be good, why you don't think he's going to be good, or you can ask me any Canucks-related question that you'd like. And if it's not Canucks-related, I will simply say, ask me in about 10 to 15 minutes. Fango says, I also think Hughes would be a good captain based on the points you just talked about. Well, thank you. Definitely not a bad choice at all. Maestro says, Clay, which Canucks players could be gone for cap space? Well, the big talk is Tyler Myers gets paid his $5 million bonus. It's a $6 million cap hit, though. But a team like San Jose has a lot of room, could take him. So Myers is the obvious answer. Then I think Beauvillier, Garland, and Besser are secondary answers, Maestro. I'm excited for Quinn to be the next captain. He's definitely has the calm swagger when he's answering questions from the media. He's incredibly well-spoken. And, of course, he's my favorite player. So a lot of good reasons that Peter gives for Quinn to be captain. Quinn is a great mediator between Miller and Petey in their personality traits. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Good way of looking at it. Taylor's feeling pumped. I know he's your favorite, Taylor. You lost a sock once in Campbell River. Okay, Coach Rob. I hope you're okay with that. Will you be doing Game Over this year? Yes, I am. We are looking for a fourth host, but that's to join Kaya and Sam and me. None of us are quitting, but Sam in particular may do fewer games because she's gone back to work full time. Last year she was on mat leave, so it was easier for her to do games. This year she's back at work as a lawyer. I've always loved Quinn stepping up during that postseason presser when the reporters were questioning Besser about his dad. Great point. That was a couple years ago. That's Anil. That is a great callback. Thank you for that. Yeah, great point. Quinn for captain, absolutely love it. Best defenseman in Canucks history, hands down. A franchise player with a personality back to captaincy. Yes. And I think when it comes to personality, when you think of captains and leadership, I do think it screams Hughes more than PD right now. Hughes as captain, heck yes. Apparently the Canucks are looking at SFU for a possible site for a practice facility. Thoughts? Yeah, I saw that. It's a little bit out of the way. It's probably a 30 to 40-minute drive from downtown, but if it helps SFU in their bid to remain competitive in their leagues, and if it's an actual dedicated practice facility, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. You don't have to practice in the same arena that you don't have to be close to the same arena. Practice days would just be a bit further out. It's closer to Abbotsford technically, so I think it's fine. It'll be exciting if that happens. Miller would be great, has the qualities of a leader, but I don't know if you want to give it to a guy who literally admitted that he doesn't like certain Vancouver media members. Great point, Peter. And yes, PD still has a bit of awkwardness. It's not always smooth when PD's with the media. Tough question. Quinn is probably the best choice based on his composure, but do you think this affects PD staying long term? Yeah, Ricky, I talked about that just before you got in here, I think. No, I don't think it affects PD. In fact, to me, this just cements in my mind that they're leaning towards Hughes, because if they were debating between Hughes and PD, then yeah, you give it to PD with the hopes that he does sign here long term. But the fact that they're not even going to use that as a carrot, then maybe they are leaning that much further towards Hughes. I actually don't think it affects PD. It would affect PD, I think, if you really wanted it. I don't know this for sure, but I don't get the sense that PD really wants the captaincy. Do you think the captain has to be a freight train on the ice like Jacob Trouba? I don't. Jacob Trouba, I don't. I think he's got to be someone that the team respects no matter how they play. Canucks forever defenseman as captain. I think that Quinn will be a great captain because he handles the media well and is able to handle the pressure. I agree, Brian. Quinn for captain, meh. Tell me why, Dogwood. Tell me why. Jaskrin wants to be captain. JT giving up on plays was a bad look. He has the mindset. Yeah, hopefully he does less of that. Hey, Patrick, are you willing to be the fourth co-host for Game Over Vancouver, and how do you feel about Quinn being the next captain? He says he would love Quinn to be his next captain. He agrees with everything that we've been talking about. And for Game Over, no, because that would require him to come out of the storage closet, and I don't think he's ready to do so. Quinny will grow even more from it as a personality as well, as he's still quite young. Yeah, he's only 23 years old. I feel taking the pressure off of EP by giving Quinn the C will help him excel this season to boost his contract negotiations. That's I'm assuming is his main concern. Interesting point. Play well and secure the bag. Couldn't be a great captain. Like you said, he stands up for his teammates, is a great leader. And I also find that he's a bit more comfortable in front of the media and is more enjoyable to listen to. Agree. And Kaya, you are very well spoken. Complete, full, and grammatically correct sentences. Not that everyone else isn't, but I noticed that you, good grammar and capitalization. I like those things. But I'll still read. It just makes it easier to read. I'm worried about PD's contract, but I'm happy with Quinn as captain. That's fair. Was that car alarm coming from the stream? No, it wasn't. I didn't hear it here, so that means it wasn't from my side. I never thought Quinn would be captain 3 years ago. I agree. If Tyler Myers was decent like his Winnipeg days, I wouldn't mind him being the captain. Yeah, I think he's well respected in the room. I really do. If this season breaks our hearts again like those girls in high school, where do us Canucks fans go from here? Who knows, PD and also Hughes might not stay here long term. That is the worry, that if PD does not stay here long term, might Hughes not be far behind him. If PD doesn't resign and Huggy wants to go to Jersey, what can Canucks get for them? Well, Huggy, you don't have to worry about that for 4 years now. PD, yeah, you still could he do a Matthew Tkachuk where he basically tells you he'll play his 1 year out and then he's going to bolt. I think you look at what Tkachuk did. You get at least that for PD as well. So you're talking about at least 2 good roster players and a prospect. So maybe 3 assets at least. Question remains if they even name Hughes captain this season or next season, as we have no official word. We do not. Would you want to guilt PT into being captain with cash? That is not really scream good strategy. Yeah, no, that's a great point, Elder. And I wouldn't say, yeah, no, I agree with you. That's not a sound strategy. I think it could be a contributing factor, but not the contributing factor. Quinn just looks like he's always beat up and doesn't exude a confident machismo that other players on this team have, let alone the entire league, especially his brother Jack. PD and Mills have it. I see what you're saying. Yeah, he has those puppy dog eyes, and sometimes he looks like he's laboring, but he's not. That's the weird thing. He's fit as a fiddle. Our team's best, one of our team's best skaters, and he never seems tired or bothered to be talking to the media. But I hear what you're saying. Me talk with words. Me talk well. Choked if it's Miller. Watch everyone is wrong. And it's Brock. They name Captain Brett. If they do that, I will take you out for dinner. If PD and Huggy gone, each one is worthy of 3 first-rounders each. Well, I'd say they're 3 assets. I'm not sure about 3 first-rounders. Yeah, choked. Okay, Naslin, very good. Good callback. Sorry, everyone, but because Shaw is going to Rogers, my Wi-Fi drops. No problem, Shannon. Just glad you're here. Keep fighting through. Appreciate the effort. Onikos said he thinks Luke will be better than Quinn, and I kindly disagree. Yeah, I've never seen a ranking or a projection that shows Luke as a better defenseman than Quinn. Bigger, different type of player, but not that you can just go by draft rankings, but wasn't Luke drafted 9th? So even Quinn was drafted higher. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I do think PD will have at least an A. 32 Thoughts said they may miss the playoffs. It's a YouTube video I saw earlier. Okay. Don't forget that the captaincy was once thought to be a toss-up between Brock and Bo. Yeah, remember Brock and Bo were the ones that were going to replace the Sedins, and look what that happened. Could forcing a trade Hughes and PD finally force this owner to rebuild? Yeah, Zal, if it ever gets to that, God forbid, then that's going to scream rebuild for sure. Oh, Luke was drafted 4th. Sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Shen was a good mentor for Hughes. Quinn stuck his neck out to keep Shen on the team because Luke never wanted to be traded with his wife pregnant. So you're saying that Hughes, good leader. Luke was drafted 4th. Thank you, Jaskrin. Will the Canucks ever shed the soft perception? I don't know. Is that the perception? Or is the perception that they're at least easy to play against? I think they have guys that can play gritty, like Joshua, like Pearson, like Miller, like DiGiuseppe. But yeah, missing Shen is a big hole that way for sure. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm fine if people think they're soft, if they're winning, and if they're outskilling teams for sure. Could I see a scenario where Bester and Meyer get traded? I can't. I don't think that's going to happen. I think you'd have to take a huge loss, a net loss, and that's too much. Although you gain $13 million in cap space, but I think it's going to be likely Myers, but I don't think it's both. Seems like teams are more content in this era with playing without a captain. Yes, 8 or 9 teams going captainless. That's correct. And I mentioned that on my stream about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yep, it's leadership by committee. Quinn Hughes is going to be a great captain. Shows great leadership. I agree. Looks like Brock lost weight. Yeah, he's come back looking great. Thumbs up from the fan to the right for the fan to the right of Clay. It's shaking his head like a lot of Canucks fans. Yes. Hey, do you think we're gonna have a good season? No. Okay. This Wuzu fan, by the way, is awesome. Who are the A's? I thought last year it was PD, Miller, Hughes, and Myers. Does that sound right? Everyone says Cale Makar is the best in the league, yet forget Quinn isn't far behind him on play on the ice. The only fallback is scoring, and upside is line work. Yeah, Hughes is always in this group of Makar, Fox, Haskin, and Dahlin, and I want him to be at the top of that grouping. I think that PD has made it clear he doesn't want the C, but he won't say it out loud in the open. He has said multiple times in interviews that all he wants to do is focus on improving and winning. Yep, I agree with that too, Kaya. You're full of good points tonight, Kaya. You hear about proposed practice rink up at SFU. Yeah, I just mentioned that. About Zal 5 minutes ago, Fangirl asked about it. Imagine forfeiting a game because your team is stuck on a mountain. Never thought about that. Can Quinn get 15? Just don't know if that's his game. I think he can get 10 or 12, though. Who said that Hughes will go to his brothers in 4 years? We should play good enough that his brothers want to come here. Oh, that's a good way of putting it. 5 days is the 15th, so Myers may have moved on the 16th. Well, Elder, you want them to move fast, don't you? Who will be the A's after Quinn's captaincy? I think it's going to be Miller and Petey, and then maybe something like Susie and Hronik or Susie and Myers. I believe OEL had an A. OEL would be captain because of his experience, but I guess that's a lost cause. Yes, hard to be a captain when you're not on the team anymore. Makar is surrounded by an all-star team. I think Hughes would have way more points playing on the Avs. I agree with that as well. Friends, I will answer this last question, last two questions, and then we will go to Ask Me Anything for 3 minutes. If Quinn had a good D partner, it would have been as good as Makar. Quinn had to play with Pullman, Hamnick, and Shen. Yes. Canucks will have a big young D-man in the works as well. Good to see Verlander in NCAA and see how he progresses. Use another big shot, right shot D. Where does he fit once he's ready? I think when he's ready, he'll be a second pair D-man, and you can move Hronik up to the top pairing. Boldest prediction for the Canucks this season. Boldest prediction for the Canucks this season. Yeah, truly, let's go Brock Besser contends for the scoring lead on the team. I don't know. And that the Canucks make the playoffs. Do you think the Canucks manage the Horvat situation with offers than a trade? What do you mean? Did they they had to manage it. Are you asking me how well did they manage it? I think they did okay. Should they just get Myers since the blue line got bigger? Keep Myers. And there's a whole season under Rick Tocchet. Yeah, but yes, I hear you, but that's $6 million cap hit. Yeah. And then the SFU gondola. That would be good to work that in. Okay, friends. 2 or 3 minutes. 2 or 3 minutes of Ask Me Anything, but that's it. And then we will go into we'll go into the game. So I'm gonna be ruthless. I'm not gonna answer any more Canucks tickets. You have Canucks tickets on my mind. No more Canucks or hockey related questions. We will do Ask Me Anything for 2 or 3 minutes. Dogwood, I'm not sure if I should touch this one. I'm surprised we have so many brothers in this country. Certainly enough to bring us a bronze in basketball. Where we've been keeping them all this time. It's been amazing to see the rise of Canada basketball for sure. And as Canada basketball, as they do better, then more of the NBA players will be. And remember, they did this without Andrew Wiggins and Jamal Murray. Favorite sweet? I'm a sucker for sour candy, Sour Patch Kids, sour soothers, anything sour. And I do like Cookies by George. Longtime favorite, Cookies by George. Family is great, Jaskrin. They didn't have me around on the weekend as I was in Kelowna, and I don't think they noticed. Kaya, I'm always careful not to spill on my stream. I'm just drinking water. I don't know if you can see it. Just drinking water. I usually save my Pepsi for after the show. Good question. All right, 2 more minutes. Oh, so Clay would be Team Conrad since he likes sours. Oh, who's Conrad? Which Conrad likes Sour Patch Kids? Wow, no, I did not notice that Andrew Wadden is not part of Rinkwide. Maybe we'll hear. Oh, great. For sure he's gone. He wasn't on holiday. Zao, I never even noticed that. Thank you. 9/11, I remember getting ready for work in my condo, and I remember still going to work that day and very scared, trying to figure out what was going on. Great point, Fangirl. I've never smoked Zaza. I don't even know what it is. So that just shows to you that unless I'm denying it, I've never smoked it. Are you coming to the island at any point? I was just there. I was there second week of August. If you're talking about Vancouver Island, I was there in Victoria area, Langford area for a golf trip with the guys. Went to a hockey game on Friday. It was very fun. Awesome. How many Pepsis today? I had 1 Pepsi and 1 Coke, Jaskrin. Pepsi at the camp, Coke at dinner. If anyone knows the reference, you know. Yeah, I have no clue who Conrad is. Favorite breakfast dish? Standard, just like the standard bacon and eggs, hash brown, and toast. Those 4 things. Bigger disappointment? Yeah, I know Sean has Joe Burrow in his fantasy team, so he wasn't happy. We had the Giants tight end, and he probably lost us the week because they sucked. So I think both were pretty bad. But yeah, I agree with Cincinnati. Yes, Kaya, I love watching football and basketball. I love playing many things: hockey, softball, golf, tennis. But my two favorite sports to play are actually volleyball and bowling. Kaya, I'm not sure if you've been around this channel a lot, and maybe you've been lurking in a good way, and you know that my kids are all competitive bowlers, and in fact, one of them is a Team Canada bowler. So we just got back from Peru last month because he was bowling in the world, the junior championships. No, I never got the sour candy from Safeway. I never buy bulk. I just don't trust it. Yes, Shannon, on 9/11, I was at home getting ready for work, and I still went to work that day, and they sent us home early. Vodka is colorless, just like water, and Clay is slurring a bit tonight because, quote, because I'm tired. I've had sushi once from T&T, and it was better than I expected. Yes, very sad anniversary tomorrow. Summer, I turned pretty. One of the characters, Conrad, and he knows this character, Belly's Team Jeremiah. Okay, whatever you just said, Taylor, I trust you. Oh, they announced Wadden's departure and Harrison Price. Okay, I'll have to listen to that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Zal, tell me what night, what day that was. I want to look it up. Was it just Friday? On Friday? Let me know. Oh, you're in Alberta when I was on the island. Favorite Netflix show? I do watch Black Mirror. That's the only one I watch actually on Netflix. And then I know you can find like Blacklist and stuff like that, but I watch that on NBC. So yeah, on Netflix maybe it's Black Mirror. I haven't watched this season's though, but I don't watch any series on Netflix. Gail does for sure. Yeah, I know what Zaza is. I'm just trying to play innocent, but that doesn't mean I've tried it. No, I've not tried it. Ever use Skip to get sushi? No, I haven't. Not yet. Schooling is great. Just started my 11th course. Thank you for asking. I'm convocating, graduating in May 2024. I'm pretty excited. I don't watch hockey movies, so I can't give you a good answer. Did not know about the 33% increase. And last question, because I got to get going to the games. Management approached you to become the new rinkside reporter, or the new company rinkside reporter, full-time pregame horn guy. 2 free seats, yes to YouTube, $69,000 a year times 3. Deal or no deal? Yes to YouTube and 2 free seats, $70,000 a year. The 2 free seats, that a bit of a game changer. Horn, I don't care. Rinkside reporter, I think it might be fun, but it might get, this is tough. I'm going to say deal. But definitely not doing it for the money. Doing it for the love of the team and for the experience. Great question. I love those ones. And no, Jay, we're just talking about Hughes being captain because it's being reported as something that will likely happen. Finally, I don't know. There's rumors it might be Ray Ferraro, but we will see. And maybe, there's another person too that it might be. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure. Dave Tomlinson, maybe. So let's get to some games, you guys. As always, I ask you one thing. Don't mess it up for everyone else. Don't cheat. I guess we're not playing Ordle tonight because when I play Ordle, when I type it in, I will show you. There's nothing. There is a big X on my screen. So that makes it easy to play this game because so I think it's going to be tough to decide who that is because I'm not sure if I've ever seen a player look like this. So we're not playing Ordle today. And as Fangirl And Shannon said, do not spoil the games if you played already. And Jastrin, I'm streaming Tuesday and Thursday this week. Tuesday and Thursday, 10:30 at both. And then Parker and I are doing Canucks After Dark tomorrow. So basically this week I'm doing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, just not Wednesday. Tristan Jari, Yogurt, you guys are hilarious. All right, let's go. 7-letter name for Gordle. 7-letter name. You guys know I like to try and nail as many vowels as I can, but we can do a couple just to get some in there. I know Toffoli's not my favorite. Neither's Hamhuis. The reason why I don't like Toffoli because it uses 2 F's and 2 O's. Hamhuis uses 2 H's, although it does have 3 of the vowels. And there's Kachuk. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do Toffoli. I'm going to do Hamhuis. So, we know, actually, not bad. We have 4 of the 7 letters. We know there's an M in the 3rd spot. And we know there's also at least 1 T, 1 A, and 1 I. So we know there's an M in the 3rd spot, and we know there's at least 1 T, 1 A, and 1 I. You know what we haven't guessed is E. I wonder if I should guess a name with an E in it and eliminate an N as well. So someone give me a name. We're just kind of cheat a little bit and do. Oh, perfect. Jokinen. Perfect. I was going to ask for a name that has an N and an E, and there we are. Good. Excellent. So now I think we can work with this. We know there's an M here. We know there's an I here. We also know that there's a T, an A, and an E. So we have 5 of the 7 letters. We have 5 of the 7 letters. So ignore the first 2 for a sec. I'm just proving a point. We know that there's M and I, and then we know there's also E, A, and T. So forget the 2 Z's. M, I, and then T, A, E are the words, are the names that we have, the letters we have for sure. Now, we know that it doesn't start with a T. It could start with an E. Sean Matthias. Does that work? It won't let me type it in. Did I spell it wrong? Could it start with an A? It could. But then what with that M-I in the middle is weird. Let's see. A-T-M-I. Atma something. Atma. This is tough. I don't know. I just have a feeling that there's an E. This vowel is an E. So E-M-I something. It can't be Donskoy Jastrin because, well, none of those match up. I need an M and an I in the middle. Like we've already used 3. We've already used 3 guesses. Hey. I'm going to try this, you guys. Wow. I actually helped. I actually did something. The late Pavel Dimitra. Yeah, sorry, that went a little bit fast, but Jastrin said D. And I even before Jastrin said the D, I just had a feeling, I think I said it, that second letter was an E. So it's something EMI. So I just started, you saw me, I started to try WEMI, PEMI. And as soon as I saw DEMI, Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I generally, and it's not like I'm being humble and letting you guys play and get the answers. I generally have no clue what's going on, especially in the map game, which you'll see in about 5 minutes. So yes, I'm happy to contribute. So give me a second. All right, let's go. Let's play Wordle now, and then we'll go to Wordle to finish it off. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's get. I know audio is a go-to. I'm gonna try and choose. I won't necessarily take the first one. Mount. That's an interesting one. I like horse. Okay, not bad. I do like to eliminate a lot of vowels. And I know audio is a good one to go to because it has 4. Mount and horse. It's interesting that because you usually mount a horse. Clean. Skate. All right, Tyler, I'm going to give you skate. Let's go with skate. Oh, not bad. We got the T and the E. Good, good. We got the T and the E already. That's awesome. That's huge. So let's say, oh, you got it already, Dogwood? That's cool. That's cool. Could be anything. It could be ITE. It could be UTE. Well, it can't be plate. I'll go with shoot. Okay. Now I will go to you guys. So we know the last 2 letters are T and E. Then we know that there's a U either in the first or second. U something T, blah, 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 TE, or something U, TE. All right, guys, give me a word. It's got to end in TE, and it's got to have a U in the first or second position. I will take all your guesses now. See if it says unite. Okay, that helps. Now we know that the U is definitely in the second spot. Then Irwin comes in with quote. And look at this. As a team, we're so smart. Good job, guys. That was easy. Layup drill, easy money. And then let's do World. This is the game I completely suck at. What country is that? That looks like the piece of egg that I had this morning. What country is this, you guys? Remember, for this one, I actually... Dogwood, it only took you 3. That's awesome. For this one, remember, I actually wait till I see at least 2 guesses, 2 similar guesses. That way, someone said Canada. I'm not going to type in Canada so it's got to be at least seconded by someone. So we got Switzerland. We have a vote for Switzerland. What else we got? Mongolia. We got a not Switzerland. We got Switzerland. We got Mongolia. We got another Mongolia. So I guess we got to do it. We got to go way west of Mongolia. So we have Austria. We have Switzerland. Yeah, that looks like Austria to me too, actually. We got China. We got Austria, China, and Switzerland so far. Austria, but it's 6,000 kilometers west of Mongolia. Okay, we got 2 for Austria. We are so close. It's a country that is right next to Austria. It's 400 kilometers east of Austria. So now we got Switzerland, China, Kazakhstan, or something that Dogwood said. Czechia, says Dogwood. Hungary. Okay, so we're in Europe. We got Czechia. We got Hungary. Not Switzerland. So we got another vote for not Switzerland. We got Czechia. We got Hungary. Got another Hungary. And we got a Germany. Okay, we got Hungary. I'm not sure you guys, that's how you're feeling, but we got Hungary. So let's go. Well, I'm going to put in 1. Austria is 1. Yes. Okay. Let's get some bordering countries of Hungary. Border countries of Hungary. I contributed Austria, but that was obvious because of the last round. What else? Give me some countries, you guys. Remember, I got to see double before I type it in. We got a Croatia. We got a Ukraine. We got a Poland. We got another Ukraine. I noticed that Fangirl's a really good seconder. We got a couple Polands now. And a Croatia. Poland. Poland was wrong. Croatia. Croatia's right. Ukraine. Oh, we got that already. Poland. Czechoslovakia. Croatia. We got 1 Germany at least. Hey, David, put it like a 1 at a time. Don't put it all in one because then that's kind of like it's easier for me to see if you do them separately. Please. So we got Ukraine, we got Germany and Romania. Let's do Germany and Romania. Germany is wrong. Romania is right. Okay, guys, we only have 5 more guesses, and we got to get 3 of them right. Oh, I see. Slow mode won't let you do one. Okay, I gotcha. So then, David does say Austria, Slovakia, Ukraine, Romania, Serbia, Croatia, and Slovenia. So then, Dogwood seconds David's Slovakia, which we got. Good. So we need 2 more. Sweden, Germany, Czechia. I've seen that a couple times. Oh no! Okay, we only have 3 more guesses, and we gotta get 2 right. So make sure you're confident. Okay, we got a Serbia now. So the ones we have are Slovakia, Romania, Croatia, Ukraine, Austria. Okay, we got a Serbia. We got 2 Serbias. So we got that. Okay, so now we just got to get this one. And we have 2 chances to do it. Argentina. No, I don't think it's Argentina. Argentina's in South America. We're in Europe right now. We got a Greece. We got a Romania. No, we've done Romania already. We got Serbia's. We got 2 more guesses, you guys. Austria, we've done already. No, yeah, we already have Austria, JGP. You guys, stop guessing Austria. We already got it. It's down here. Slovenia. Okay, David and Dog would say Slovenia. Could that be the one? Boom! Shakalaka. Oh, that was tough, but we got it. But they asked for 7 countries. We did well. Okay, friends, what's the capital of Hungary? Oh, I think I know this. Actually, I think I know this, but I will let someone else type it. But I'll say this. I think it's a combination of a god and when you're bothering someone. Yes, Budapest. Get it? God and you're bothering someone. Budapest. Very good. Okay, friends, what's the flag of Hungary? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8? Put it in real quick. And by the way, I still think that we have been shut out when it comes to donations. So if you want to be the hero to make sure that the donation train actually gets out of the station, you only have probably 5 minutes to do so because we're going to be done in the next 5 minutes. Everyone is saying 5. Awesome. Now, this one, we are going to do it in the poll. So in the chat, I'm going to do a poll. The first question is population. So this one, please vote in the poll, and then I will give you exactly 30 seconds. Is the population of Hungary A, B, C, or D? Type it into the poll. Not the chat, but the poll that's in the chat. I give you 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's end this thing. No polls. This is Hungry. Very good. And D comes out on top. So we're guessing D. And we are right. 9 million. Great job. Finally, one more poll question in the chat. What is the currency? What is the currency of Hungary? Is it A? I'm presuming it's colon, not colon, which doesn't sound good. B, the forint. You're either forint or against it. Is it C, the pataka? Or pataka, the pataka? Or is it D, the marca? The marca. All my marcas were bad in my accounting courses. So is it the colon, the forint, the pataka, or the marca? I probably just butchered 4 names. But vote in the chat. A, B, C, or D. Vote in the poll. You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Survey says you guys are saying B, the forint. And we got it right. Awesome, Shannon. I will acknowledge your stream. I will acknowledge your donation in a second, Shannon. Thank you. But I got to do my read first. Uh-oh. You guys know how much I butcher pronunciations, right? This is going to be ugly. Here we go. Hungary is a landlocked country in Central Europe, spanning 93,030 square kilometers of the Carpathian Basin. It is bordered by Slovakia to the north, Ukraine to the northeast, Romania to the east and southeast, Serbia to the south, Croatia and Slovenia to the southwest, and Austria to the west. Hungary has a population of 9.7 million. The official language is the world's most widely spoken Uralic language and among the few non-Indo-European languages widely spoken in Europe. Budapest is the country's capital and largest city. Other major urban areas include Debrecen, Szeged, Miskolc, Pécs, and Győr. That was probably the worst read, the most tricking read I've ever had. Would I travel to Hungary? Probably not on my bucket list, Harry, but certainly be open to it for sure. Okay, Shannon, thank you for making sure that we did not get shut out tonight. I appreciate you. Let's give some love to Shannon. Shannon with the $5 donation. Thanks for doing a great stream with not much sleep. Yeah, I hope it didn't show. Maybe it did show. But yes, I am running on 3.5 hours. Have a great week. Thank you, Shannon. Let's give some much deserved love to Shannon in the comment section. Thank you, Shannon. Oh, so Kaya, you know what? This deserves a cheer too. You guys, let's give Kaya. I know there's Kaya May from Game Over, but this is a different Kaya. Let's give Kaya a welcome. I believe, Kaya, it's his first time in the stream for Kaya, and says, a great being in your life for the first time, Clay, and thank you for making me feel welcome. You're always welcome here. So let's welcome Kaya to the stream. Let's welcome Kaya to the CCC, the Clay's Canucks commentary community. And Kaya, I hope you come back. I'm not sure if you... Kaya, let me know before we go. How did you find the stream? Did you get recommended? Did it pop up on YouTube? Did you stumble upon it? Did you type in good looking Canucks fan and my name came up? Let me know how you found the stream. I would love to know. And we're happy that you are here, and always come back. Speaking of coming back, my shows this week, you guys, will be Tuesday and Thursday. So Tuesday night at 10:30, Thursday night at 10:30, and I'll move back to my 11 o'clock shows when we get closer to the season. So Tuesday and Thursday, but I am doing Canucks After Dark with Parker tomorrow night at 10. So technically I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And Anon or Anon, that's just for you. Tuesday and Thursday at 10:30 p.m. But when the season starts, I will bump to 11. If you're looking to buy Canucks tickets, then send me an email to canuckclay@gmail.com. Many of you have asked for the list. Not many of you have bought, which is fine. But my prices are really good. But if you're looking for Canucks tickets, send me an email to canuckclay@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you right away. And then Kaya also says, I've been subscribed for a bit now, but I have never joined your lives. I will definitely try to come back next time, though. We would love to have you for sure. Okay, so let's give some final shout-outs. Thanks to everyone, moderators. Thanks for doing what you needed to do. Didn't look too busy. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Thank you to everyone who liked the video. Thank you to legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support, and to Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. And to all of you for being here. I always appreciate you. I never take you for granted. Thank you to Fangirl for using her 28th month super chat or member chat. Thank you to Taylor for using her 10-month chat. And thank you to Shannon for the $5 donation, ensuring that the donation train did indeed exit the station tonight. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, become a member, upgrade your membership, leave a donation or a gift of membership. If you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And then if you, as well, thank you to my primary sponsor, Vancity Experts Real Estate. I'm my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training, weight loss. And right after my bad joke, right after I do my sign off, I will leave you with another parody song that Marie and I did. This one was from 3 years ago when the Canucks were in the bubble. And this was a Bruno Mars song called Finesse that we did about Pettersson and Hughes. Since we talked about Hughes tonight, I wanted to do a song, show you guys a song that we did that it revolved around Hughes. So this is a parody of Bruno Mars song, Finesse. And this is from 3 years ago in the bubble. It's only 2 minutes, and I know you guys will really, really like it. Okay, friends, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And I'm not sure if I told you that it was very hard for me to get over my addiction to the hokey pokey. Yes, but I've turned myself around, and that's what it's all about. God bless. Go Canucks, go. Booyah.
Ooh, don't they look good together? There's a reason why we watch all night long. We know this team's so much better. So tonight it's time for you to go up. Now we're cheering for you. We see the whole team change. Quinn, that's what to do. Go on, Huggy, just play. Play with all your confidence. Oh, let them all try to keep up. Walking the line all night. That's right. We out here dripping in finesse. So much hockey sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know it. Out here dripping in finesse. Gonna be Vegas. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know it. Now slow it down for me, Petey. Cause I love the way you deke on the ice. Yeah, breaking ankles whenever you have the puck. Nothing can stop you tonight. Now we're rooting for you. We love the way the team plays. Petey, that's what you do. Go on, snipe all day. Oh, play with all your confidence. Oh, let them all try to keep keep up. Ripping one times all night. Yes, that's right. We are here dripping in finesse. So much hockey sense out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know we're out here dripping in finesse. Gonna beat Vegas.